Hello, everyone. Welcome to the FG Cast, episode 2. We made it. We're not a one-hit wonder. We're on number 2. It may be a bit late of an upload, but that's okay.
Wait, hang on.
What?
Just because there's more than one doesn't mean we are not a one-hit wonder.
What? No, but this one will get at least 3 views because of us 3. So we're not a one-hit wonder.
Guaranteed 3
Confirmed
views.
3 views, you know. That's the
Amazing.
blessed thing about having a joint channel. You will always be guaranteed at least 3 views in our case. I
like that.
It's quite nice. How are we all doing out of 7? Who do you want to start with?
I'm going to start, and it's going to set the tone for the whole podcast.
Oh god. This is when you're like, I'm a 1. I'm miserable.
No. I'm good. I'm probably like a 6 or a 7. You can help me decide. So just before the podcast, I went to the toilet. Because that's the responsible thing to do.
Yeah.
I think I might have done the longest fart of my entire life.
Really? Oh, toilet farts are something else. They're always
I wasn't expecting it.
Really?
You know, didn't feel like it was going to be a fart at all.
How long was it?
How long?
I would say, like, legitimately at least 25 seconds.
Wow.
What, like
consistently, that's wow.
Pretty much. And I was amazed. I was sitting there, like, my jaw was on the floor.
Wow.
So I just wanted to bring that to the table as
that's
a unique thing that's quite special that's just happened to me.
A toilet farter?
Not normally at all.
Wow.
Not really. I mean, obviously a bit. Everyone's a toilet farter.
A 2 here and there.
Extent.
Yeah.
But like you're talking, 1 second, half a second. You're not talking tens of seconds. That's insane.
No, that really is insane. Yeah. I think on the toilet I might have been my longest farts though, I will say. I guess it's because like you've been storing up so much, all the air in there is just like we're ready to come out for a while.
I guess so, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, and something about the positioning and the tautness.
Well,
it's a perfect storm.
Yeah, I reckon.
We're missing a bit of information here.
Oh god.
Right.
Did you go for a number 2?
Yeah.
I'm guessing so because
interesting.
When males normally go to the toilet, you'd sat. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Although that is the responsible thing to do, to be honest, like nowadays, if you can.
I think if I had a wee, I would sit all the time. Like
I'm not sure.
I wouldn't wee standing
the
up.
responsible thing to do for.
Because it's like a nice break every time I need the toilet, no matter what it is, because I get to sit down.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So I think I'd enjoy that. I'd hate going to the toilet standing up.
Much less risk of dropping your phone into the toilet if you're sat on the toilet.
True. Oh my god, wait, this is a question. Okay, sorry, we always get off topic, but that's okay. So when you're weeing standing up, do you go on your phone?
No.
Oh.
That's a terrible idea.
Because I guess wees are so quick you wouldn't. Like I normally... No, I'm on my phone for a wee sometimes.
I have once in my life, quite a long time ago now, I was quite young, I had a wallet in my pocket, which I think is fine.
Oh, no.
But it was a hoodie pocket, one of those ones that goes, in on the left and in on the right, and it's through and through. And I had just flushed the toilet, and I span around, and my wallet just went out straight into the toilet.
No!
Was it
Did you have cash?
I stood there for a good 2 seconds, just being like, "What?
Oh my god!"
No. I was at work.
Oh no! It's not even a home toilet.
It was not even my home toilet. This was in my year in industry.
No.
And I was just faced with this situation. I was like, well, I just have to grab it.
Yeah, it's awful.
There's no 2 ways about it.
Yeah. Oh god, what did you have cash in it? Was it the old cash as well, where it was paper? Ugh.
Was it suede?
Well, okay, so get that. So cash being paper is still quite waterproof.
True.
Yes.
It was all fine.
Okay.
It's all like waxed and stuff. It's not like before plastic cash just fell apart and rain. It was fine.
Not Monopoly money.
We were okay. Yeah. So everything in it was okay, but it was a trauma.
Yeah, the idea of having to stick your hand in there. But you had flushed already, which is wonderful.
I was so in that moment where I was like, oh no, I was so glad.
Yeah, because if you hadn't, that's a whole different story.
Yeah. I'm so glad.
That's really bad. I've the only similar thing I've done with that is I was bleaching the toilet and then just lobbed the bleach lid into the toilet. So it was in bleach, and it suddenly felt like a Mission Impossible situation where I had to get the bleach lid out of the toilet. But it was a really clean toilet because I wasn't there using it, and it was bleach, so I had to quickly fish for it and wash my hands. But yeah, that is not pleasant diving in a toilet, is it?
I'm not getting anything out of the toilet.
No? Have you never dropped anything? Ever?
If I drop
in a
it
toilet?
in, I'm not getting it out of the toilet.
It's gone. Just flush it through.
See ya.
And when I was a kid, I had that attitude, and I blocked our toilets twice by flushing away nail scrubber things.
Oh my god! Why were they in the toilet? Why were they?
Because I was like 5. It was shaped like a whale. I threw it in the toilet.
I thought you meant you accidentally dropped it in there more than once.
No, I threw it in there twice. Yeah.
You're like, that's where whales go, in the toilet bowl. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, so
I think I must...
Wait,
what?
Was Free Willy like just out then?
No, Free Willy came out when I was like 8, I think, or 7.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
I don't think I was inspired by Free Willy.
Okay.
Maybe I was.
Maybe.
It wasn't. I went to see Free Willy at the cinema for a birthday party of a girl who was a year older than me in school because she fancied me and invited me. And I was like,
no way! A girl fancied you when they were in the year older and invited you to that party. That's
in like first school.
No,
so I must have
that's
been like
mad.
year 2 or year
Mark
1
was
or
pulling
something.
in school.
It's not right.
That is great. That's a bit weird.
Yeah, a bit weird actually.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing happened. It wasn't weird. It was just like that's just
it was just
kiss
Free
chase and
Willy
stuff. That's the thing that happens at school and things like that. It was that kind of thing.
Okay,
it
quite
wasn't
harmless.
Like a serious relationship.
Engaged.
I remember the present I gave her. There was like a really crappy like ceramic dolphin thing because that was just
that
like a thing in
had?
a shop. I was like, yeah, everyone had it. Yeah, it's like, yeah, sure, that's a thing she'll like.
Love that. I wonder if they kept it. Quite on brand with the film you were seeing too.
I think that was an accident. Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
It's like you knew. Well, this all came from you having the biggest part of your life. I'm so glad that's made you feel so good. Yeah, that's really nice to hear that. Nice. It's like made your day, essentially. That's really...
Yeah, notable things don't happen that often.
Fair. So, you take it's the little things, isn't it?
There you go. Long farts make your day.
Yeah.
How are you guys? Who's next?
Matty, go on, take the floor, my love.
I want to say not amazing.
No, I'm sorry.
So let's go with like a
short fart day, was it?
Like for the most of the day, probably like a 3.
Aw.
Maybe.
So just below average.
I have had a bad stomach all day and bad.
Never fun.
Yeah, other things.
Other bits.
Bad other bits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Yeah, I don't like
I've been
Have you eaten bad things? Do you reckon?
Yeah, that's why I said I was like, are you brewing something that you need to get out of your system? But
no, it's been like bad. It was horrible.
Is it gas? Actually, have you drank lots of fizzy stuff or no?
No.
Pregnant?
All right. Well,
it's all right, guys.
We'll
I'll
refer
go
you
to. You don't need to do it here.
No, what are you talking about? We'll get it up on Google. We'll find
we'll do a diagnosis.
You've almost certainly terminal cancer.
Google always thinks you're dead. Type in any symptom and Google's like, you've actually died. Sorry.
Yeah. So, it could be this thing that is nothing, or it could be this incredibly rare parasite that basically means you're dead.
It's like flesh-eating bacteria.
Yeah. But it's always that one that you think it is.
True.
Of course.
It is always that one.
Google's the worst.
Yeah. Anyway.
In some respects.
I'll go with a 4.
You're a 3.
A 4. Okay.
Now
we're already having a positive impact.
Yay!
Good job, everybody.
Aw, that's good. I'm glad.
All right, Charlotte. What's the lowdown?
I'm feeling.
Oh, this could be risky.
I'm gonna say a 5.
Oh, damn! That's respectable, considering.
I feel like I've had a alright day. However, I did lose my over 300 day hardcore world in Minecraft today.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad, isn't it?
And it was to something so stupid and so careless, and it's really upsetting. But like, I'm kind of ready to move on to a long-term survival one. I've got a really good idea for a new one, so I'm feeling quite good about that. But it's always a bit of a kick in the backside when something like that happens.
So it's a long-term survival world, not hardcore then?
No, I'm not going to do... I'm going to take a break from hardcore. To be honest, I think I'm a very reckless Minecraft player. So I feel like hardcore isn't really built for me. 300 days is pretty impressive for me. And it's my record of hardcore ever. So that's good. And I think I'll just do a normal difficulty survival world and just focus on like building something really insane and have it for like, I don't know, a couple of years maybe. You never know. Cool. So... yeah, kind of a bummer from that. I've been feeling a bit on and off all day. Been really struggling to not order food all the time as well. So that's impacting my mood.
It's just so easy. Why?
I know. It's just like I get in this habit of when there's not proper food in the house where I would have to actually cook. I fall into a habit of being like, I'm not going to eat unless I order something, aren't I? And then it's better to order than not eat, I guess. So.
Oh, you can always just cook instead of cook. In which case, it's just, pasta.
I can't even make myself do that. I think I just really do not enjoy being in the kitchen cooking on my own. I love doing it with someone else on my own. Nope. So yeah, but out 5. 5, maybe 4, but nah, I'll go with a 5 out of 7.
Go with a 5.
So we're an average of 5, aren't we then?
Yeah.
4, 5, and a 6. Damn.
Good stuff. Well done, everybody.
Really good.
Oh, so how's your week been since last FG cast? Which we definitely...
It's been a while.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, we were doing them every 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes.
Yes. No.
3
weeks.
I mean...
2 weeks?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Exactly.
2 weeks, everyone.
2 weeks.
We're not late.
We're not late yet.
We're not months late. There's no timestamp
That's happened in the world, but I mean, Charlotte, you've had a birthday.
I've had a birthday. I'm officially 22 years old. Very exciting. I don't feel any different, but I feel like I'm a lot less considered a baby, which I like because I feel like I'm always the youngest and I'm just getting a little bit more respectable with every year,
Aww.
I know.
Interesting.
Is that
I'm glad this is going to be preserved for posterity because when you hit like 60,
oh my god, I'm gonna be like, damn it,
I'm so old. Why am I old?
Why am I
still
old?
feel
Why did I
like I'm
want
20,
this?
but I'm old.
I honestly feel like for me, obviously I don't know yet because I'm not past 30s, but I think my optimum age is going to be like now. I feel like now is going to be like where I'm like, I want to be this age forever. Like this is a good level of adult and still young, got a long life to live, hopefully. So like, I feel like I'm in a prime position. 22 is a good age. It feels like a good age.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how that changes over time. I think you're right, but like, I remember being a kid, for example, and everyone wanted to be a Power Ranger. You're like, which Power Ranger are you going to be? It's like, I'm going to be that one, and I'm 15. It's like, yeah, but you're only 9. No, I'm 15. 15's the age you want to be. You'd get to like 11 or 12 or whatever, and you'd be like, oh, we still want to be Power Rangers. Which one? I want to be 17. 17 is what I want to be.
It grows and it grows, doesn't it?
Yeah. So
it's true.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll have to make a note to circle back to this in a year or two.
I know.
See if you still feel like this is the year.
Yeah, I still feel like I'm 17 still, though. I feel like I haven't...
Oh, yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? Age is weird. It's like you don't have that moment when you're like, wow, I feel like an adult or anything. It's just this weird thing of being like, I still feel the same as I did 4 years ago, kind of strange. Yeah, Age is just really weird, and the pandemic has made everything even weirder with time, I feel.
I feel like that is strange.
Being the adult age where, typically people of my generation, at my age, or quite a lot of people have kids, they're raising children, young children, but they're raising them. And I'm kind of here just thinking like, it's a miracle so many children survive.
Jesus. Yeah, fair. No, that's fair.
Adults don't know what the heck they're doing.
No, it's so true. Like, you never reach an age when you're like, yes, I know what's going on. I feel, everyone's just kind of stumbling around and figuring it out. And I feel like it takes growing up to realize that like adults don't know everything because we're just like kids in adult bodies.
For anybody listening, I don't want to sow any kind of seeds of anarchy. Like your parents probably still know best.
No, definitely.
You should definitely listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if they're struggling or going through something, it's because they're human.
Yeah.
And none of us know what we're doing.
True. It's so true. It is. Yeah, that is very, very valid. But yeah, do you remember when you guys, I was going to say when you guys were 22, but Massey wasn't 22 long ago. You're only a year and a bit older.
And yet he's completely forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt exactly the same.
It's because
That'll
you turned...
be that flesh-eating parasite. It's gone into the brain. It's
it has. Your memory is slowly dissipating.
Yeah.
So you don't...
I'm trying to remember. For 22? What was I doing when I was 22? I was at university, I guess.
Yeah, you would have... What about you,
Natty?
Graduating
now.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, something.
Oh, wow. That's crazy, actually, isn't it? That's really weird.
Universities tend to have like 2 sets of graduation, like some of it now, some of it in like 6 months' time, depending on when you started your course or whether you're a foreign student, that kind of thing. But yeah.
I see. Weird.
It wouldn't have been a foreign student.
No. I wonder how different it would have been if you went to university. Same with me. Mark obviously went.
Don't think it would have changed me at all.
But I wonder what you'd be doing job-wise and stuff.
This.
Yeah, I think you probably would end up doing the same things because you converge on the things you're interested in. I mean, the job that I do isn't really directly related to my degree. I mean, it is a little bit in the sense that my degree is quite technical, but I've not used any of the stuff that I was taught at university in my job, pretty much.
Right.
Some of the skills you develop, maybe, but I feel like that gets over-egged a lot. Like, people develop those skills anyway because they're getting older and they're doing things.
Yeah.
A lot of the skills you develop at university because you're just, doing stuff for yourself like you would if you were just getting older.
It's more, I feel like university is, I guess, like, obviously a degree is important and this, like, widely ranges depending on what job you go into. But I feel like university is more about the whole life experience of going to uni and living completely independently, normally for the first time. And, all of that. I feel like university is more useful in that aspect. And that's why I feel like I'm lacking. Like, I don't miss university because of the degree aspect. It's more of that I've never lived away from home and all of that stuff.
I mean, it's a very expensive way to get that experience.
Yeah,
I think if you
that's
wanted
anything.
it, you could find that elsewhere.
True.
Go backpacking, stay in some hostels. You'll meet people. Lots of people. Like, you'll find that the majority of people are very nice people, and that's good.
True. Yeah. Until that one time you meet a serial killer.
Yeah, but that'll be the only time.
That's okay. So. It's the only time. Yeah, exactly.
Well, maybe you can befriend them and then they don't kill you and you just join them. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and you'll quickly identify like the groups of people that you just don't really associate with very well, and the people that you do. I think that's what you've. I think that's all. I mean, you're right. A lot of people get that out of university. They find their clique, if you like, where they feel comfortable. But there are definitely other ways of doing it for sure.
That sounds like we need to go on a dream hike. This is what you're saying, right?
Oh yeah, dream hike is where it's at.
Dream hike. Let's go meet some people together. Let's go hopping around Europe. And yeah, that's it. That's as far as my thought process went.
Hopping.
Maybe we can turn this into a travel. I was going to say a travel blog, but obviously it's a podcast. So.
A travel podcast. Blogcast. Blog.
Is it just a travel log? It's a travel log.
Oh, he's Russian? German?
Okay, you're right. It's not going to work.
No. Let's throw in the towel whilst we're here.
I agree.
Yeah. I have an interesting question I wanted to pose you guys about birthday since I had mine. Do you guys have like a distinct birthday celebration or memory that stands out to you? Since I've recently had a birthday and it just made me think about all my other birthdays I've had. Do you want me to lead? Sure. I've got a good one. So when I think of like birthdays when I was younger, this one jumps to mind. I don't really remember the other ones. But this was like one of the only times I had like a birthday party, like with friends and stuff, because we were quite a private family. Like no friends ever visited our house and stuff until high school. So this was like a big deal. I was like, oh, this is cool. But it was meant to be a surprise party at Build-A-Bear. Do you guys know Build-A-Bear?
Mm-hmm. And I know of Build-A-Bear. I've never been to
Oh my god, Build-A-Bear was the shit when we were younger. It was like fairly new, and basically if anyone doesn't know what it is, it's where you quite literally build a bear. You stuff it, you put a heart in it, and you do a little weird cult ceremony with the stuff. And you can put a sound in it as well and stuff like that. And it was very common for like birthday parties. And so my mum had planned a surprise party. But obviously with surprise parties, when you're in primary school, there's always one kid that just doesn't really get what a surprise party is going to be. So sure. I had no idea what was going on. And my mum was like, I had seen something from Build-A-Bear from my mum, and I was like, oh, what's that? And my mum was like, oh, I was just showing like one of your friends' mums about like it was just like a map or something of how to get there. She made up some weird story how I wasn't like, I was still in the dark. I was like, oh, okay, weird. And then someone was like, oh no, your mum didn't give my mum a map, it was an invite to your party. And I was like, no, I'm not having a party, like I have no idea what you're talking about. She was like, no, it was definitely an invite, like it had the address and the date.
I mean, get the hint.
I know. And I was like, oh. And then I told my mum, and mum was like, oh, I don't know, maybe she got mixed up. So my mum still pretended like it was a surprise.
Nice.
But it was so fun. I went there and there was someone dressed in a giant bear costume, which was terrifying if you think about it. But it was really cool. So everyone got to build a bear themselves for free, I think. Right? And then there was a bear that everyone wrote on that I might still have. It's like a yellow Build-A-Bear that has a pen in its pouch on the side, and everyone wrote happy birthday messages. So that was like my one birthday memory. I can't remember how old I was though, maybe like 10 or 9. But yeah, Build-A-Bear.
Interesting.
It was fun.
Cool.
Like personally, I had the complete opposite, I think. So when I was young,
incoming trauma story.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, no. I mean, my family's approach to birthdays was like all the, I don't know, the culture that I grew up in, I suppose. Everyone just had parties all the time for their birthdays.
Nice.
So it's like really normal to just get an invite to go to a bouncy castle or have an invite and go to somebody's house with cake or off to the sports centre or whatever to do something. Or go swimming. I mean, it's not like they were grandiose birthdays.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that you see on TV nowadays.
All these giant ones, yeah.
You know, it was always cocktail sausages and cheese and pineapple
party food. Hell yeah.
Party food, yeah. Party rings, of course.
Oh yes.
That's the only time you ever had party rings were at parties.
Of course, only. Yum.
So that was really normal. So like for me, ages like, I don't know, 6 through to probably 14 or something, that was like just the done thing. Everyone just had a party all the time. But the things that I remember are like the stuff that went horribly wrong, like my friend climbing the shelves in my room.
Oh my
like,
god!
Treating them like a climbing wall when we were like 7.
Did they fall? Oh my god!
Yes.
No! Did the shelves fall, or was that fine?
Some stuff fell off the shelves. I think the shelves were okay.
Oh my god! What kind of company did you keep, Mark?
That's just what
kids, man.
Kids do.
Climbing up shelves.
Yeah,
that's dangerous.
Climbing.
Nah.
I mean, shelves. Yeah, like shouldn't have.
That was weird.
I was always
taught
against
that. They wouldn't have allowed it. It's not like we were supervised at the time.
No.
It's just like, what the heck are you? Oh my god!
Because I think the only time in our family, my brother tried to climb some shelves when he was a baby and pulled down a whole china cabinet on him. Oh no, it was like a cabinet with like crystal stuff in it.
Wow!
But it was all perfectly around him, I think. So, like, he didn't actually get hurt for some reason.
There are other types of crystal than meth.
Yeah, not crystal meth, no.
It's our crystal meth cupboard.
Yeah, that the baby had access to and pulled it all down. Yeah, sorry. Did we not all have that growing up? No.
Fortunately, no. And we had all of our teeth. Which is surprising because we ate a lot of sugar, but, avoided the meth, I guess. My mum always, or at least for a while I was a kid, made custom birthday cakes for me. So that was cool.
Wow, that's really
every
cool.
year it was like this one's a Postman Pat, or this one's like a Thunderbird 2, or this
that's so sick.
Whatever, and she made them herself, which
amazing.
Was
great. Thunderbirds.
Yeah, Thunderbirds was amazing.
You might have to describe what they are. Maybe.
Do people not know what Thunderbirds are?
Are they still a thing?
Oh god.
No, I don't think they are a thing.
I don't think Thunderbirds was even really a thing when I was a kid. I think
it was a thing when I was a kid.
I think basically
my brother was into it.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that, like, I think
it was
happened a
really,
long
really
time
old,
ago.
and then they did a reboot
And then it comes
thingy.
back.
Yeah,
And then it comes,
exactly.
I don't think it was even a reboot, though. I think they just
really?
got
They
the
just-
old
It's the same
show
one.
and just decided to play it all again.
Yeah.
Because I
'Cause the
grew up
thing is, I
knowing
think-
Thunderbirds. I did.
Yeah, and I think there are only, like, 12
Mm.
or something. Like, I think there's way fewer Thunderbirds than you would think that there are.
Yeah, I don't think it is a long thing
there's
for
not many.
as long as it's been around. I think you're right.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. So, yeah, Thunderbirds, Joe 90, Captain Scarlet,
Oh, I don't know those.
Stingray. Those are
I don't
like
know any of
before-
these.
these were all the same style, like puppets.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
Doing things. So Stingray was Thunderbirds, except it was two guys in a submarine and
Amazing.
a mermaid,
Nice.
and they were fighting underwater creatures.
Of course, naturally.
Captain Scarlet was Thunderbirds, except they're spies that live in the cloud base in the sky.
Oh, Care Bears. Care Bears, basically.
like the Avengers supercarrier thing that floats in the sky. The hover carrier, whatever they call it.
Right.
It was one of those basically, and they fought the Mysterons.
Oh,
Of course.
And Captain Scarlet himself was invincible, so he died in every episode, but he didn't die.
Oh, okay, that's dramatic.
It was an interesting one. He had been touched by the Mysterons or something like that.
Oh my god,
That's
what
not
were
right.
you watching?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh no.
It was great. I actually had a Mysteron gun, right? So the Mysterons spoke funny, like, "This is the voice of the Mysterons," and it was all like super echoey.
Yeah.
Right.
And you could buy these stupid plastic guns that you put your mouth over, and it had like a spinny thing, and it
that's
gave you the voice.
cool.
But also had a torch in it that shone the Mysteron eyes on the ground that are like these just two circles of light that move around places. So whenever the Mysterons appeared in Captain Scarlet, it was just a puppet
Yeah.
with this torch being shone on it. You know, and it was like, oh my god, the Mysterons are here!
Oh my god. This sounds like
Classic-
the best
classic
show
stuff.
Had to do
ever.
It was a good
Oh my
show. It was
God.
tense. Like, it was, hardcore.
You were invested. I wonder what it would be like if you watched
People got
it now
shot
on.
and died.
People
But obviously
died,
not people,
lives
they're
were
puppets,
lost,
yeah.
but not
Yeah,
Captain
puppets.
Scarlet, because psych.
Like, Thunderbirds
they're
was
always
quite
alive.
light for people dying. Like, there was always a disaster that they were trying to help and save, right? But the
couldn't
peril
remember
was
it.
never really massive.
No.
Right.
Stingray was even less than that. Like, nobody ever got hurt.
They
I
were
don't
just
think.
swimming
But
around.
Captain Scarlet was like the James Bond
Hardcore.
reboot, where suddenly people were dying.
Oh my gosh, the trauma. Oh dear.
And then Joe 90 was none of that. It was a kid whose family, I think, had designed this machine where if
Ooh.
they needed him to have a particular skill, he put on some glasses, he got in the
What?
machine, they loaded a tape into the machine that had the skill on it. So this is like
They're
Neo
a
learning how
robot
to fly a
child.
helicopter. Well, he wasn't a robot, he was a real child, but he could just get in this machine with his glasses on. It would spin around, play the Joe 90 music, and he would come out knowing the thing while he had the glasses on.
This sounds
Right,
like
so it was kind of
genetic
like-
modification to me.
I don't know how genetic it was, but it was definitely some kind of temporary memory programming thing.
I'm sorry,
Damn.
but looking back at this, it's all so creepy.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean,
also,
to be honest, the
puppets, man, they're
Thunderbird
weird,
puppets were a bit. They weren't
And they
like.
walked around like
Yeah,
really
no,
janky.
they were super like marionettes.
It's from the 60s.
Yeah, no.
I thought
what,
it was from the
Thunderbirds?
60s. Yeah, I'm not that old. I'm not that old.
Mm-hmm.
Spanner was
Spanner was born in the year 1000.
I was minus 27 if it was
minus
1960.
27.
No, it was late 60s. It was late 60s. But,
I was minus
like, it's
40
creepy.
in the 60s.
But I think that probably means that it's timeless, so we should probably watch it again, actually.
No,
Should we
no,
do a
it
watch
looks
party for
creepy.
Thunderbirds? And we can
Is
like,
that a new one?
because my brother used to have the green Thunderbirds thing.
That's
The-
that's
What was it?
Thunderbird
What
2.
did that
yeah,
one do?
Thunderbird 2.
Right, so, all right. Okay.
I know
Here
what
we go.
it is,
This has
but, like, I
become
was
the
just thinking.
Thunderbirds podcast.
Sorry, guys, but you've got to be educated on this. Thunderbird 1
Yeah.
was like an aircraft rocket thing. It took
Okay.
off like a rocket. It had wings that came out and it could fly
Okay,
around the world.
nice.
I think it
In
could go
80
to space,
days.
but I don't remember ever seeing it do it. So that was Thunderbird 1.
Yeah, I
Thunderbird
don't know
2
if
was like...
Thunderbirds was space. Was it space? No, it was.
Well, yeah.
Was it?
Thunderbird 3 went to... No. Yeah, Thunderbird 3 went to space, and Thunderbird 5 was a space station. So,
Okay. Oh god, the
Which I always
Thunderbirds
felt so- I
puppets
think-
were weird.
yeah, they are weird.
They
yeah.
all look
Don't
like they
at the
had
puppets.
Botox, all of the males. I don't know why.
Well, of course, yeah.
No, yeah, it's weird.
It's odd.
Wow.
And then Lady Penelope and Parker, her
oh
butler,
yeah.
has a strange relationship. The whole thing is very peculiar.
Yeah. Nice car, though.
Very
Nice car, though.
strange. It's just
Thunderbird
basically
2
a
was the heavy
show.
lifting guy.
Yeah.
You know what? It doesn't matter.
I'm
That's
sorry.
fine.
I was just
What's
going to
the
say, it's
difference between-
basically a show of people
sorry.
playing with Barbies. That's basically
Yeah.
what
Yeah, I
it
guess.
was.
Bobby's on strings.
Like, wait, so that was your, like, that's what you watched?
Well, it was popular at the time. Again, yeah. I'm not saying that's all I watched. I didn't
Did you
just
know
watch
Button Moon?
Whatever.
Button Moon? No, I don't know.
Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse. Yes.
Danger Mouse.
Also, Pinky and the Brain. That was a good
Oh
cartoon.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. What about
Pinky and the brain.
What about-
Thomas and Friends.
Yeah, I was a big Thomas.
Thomas
The
the Tank
movie
Engine.
was terrifying, and we used to watch the
1984.
movie. Wait, there's
Yeah,
one Tots TV. You know, with Sooty and Sweep.
No.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't-
Sooty and Sweep.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I used to
Yeah,
love that.
Thomas the Tank Engine, like I saw, and I did have a birthday cake that was Thomas the Tank because you couldn't avoid
Nice.
those.
Yeah.
No.
But I wouldn't say I was like massively into Thomas. Maybe when I was like too young to remember Thomas the Tank,
Fair.
that kind of thing.
It was just the
I
same
watched
plot
Simon
over and
Sam.
over again.
It's
I
not.
didn't know. It is.
Postman
Matthew.
Pat, Fireman Sam.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
Bill and
fair.
Ben the Flower Pot Men. Oh,
Yeah.
iconic. You don't know Bill
Yeah,
and Ben
but-
the Flower Pot Men? Bill
I know them,
and
of course.
Ben
but,
the
like,
Flower Pot.
What did
Men.
they do? Because they're
No, I don't know because they were stationary. Yeah, I think they were
What do you
just at that. They just chatted shit.
Tweenies?
Oh, the Fimbles,
Teletubbies?
Mr.
Have
Maker,
you guys seen the
Art Attack.
what was it? It's not the
Oh, so
Muppets.
good.
It's who is it? The really inappropriate thing where they're talking about playing with balls.
Sesame Street?
It is kind of a Sesame Streety thing, but I don't think it is actually Sesame Street.
Was it on TV?
Is it? I don't know, but there's a great video. If anybody hasn't seen it, you need to look
About
it up.
balls.
It's like it's a massively inappropriate like puppet thing with real adults in, and they're talking about playing with balls and playing with each other and playing with themselves.
Oh, no.
And I don't know how they keep a straight face through the whole thing, but as far as I know, it actually went out on air, and kids loved it. But
Wow.
adults were just there like,
What?
what?
How is this on the TV?
Yeah, because people that made
Wow.
those shows were basically just always in a good mood.
Yeah.
Right.
So happy.
So
Yeah,
happy.
good mood.
Yikes.
In a chemically induced good mood.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Massey, do you have a birthday memory you want to share with us?
I went quad biking.
Wow, what
Wow,
age?
Six.
We weren't very old. Probably like I was in
This is the
primary
man
school.
that did woodwork in it.
Yeah.
Woodwork in his.
I was going to
Primary-
say, to
in-
be
in
honest, like,
reception.
I feel like
Yeah.
delving into Matty's childhood will be a very interesting trip that we take multiple times in this podcast,
Yeah.
where like we find out Matty had a very different childhood to most
What do you
kids.
mean?
So when I was
Like
7,
the
I
wood-
learned how to handle firearms.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I was 8, I learned how to defuse bombs.
Exactly. Like we're gonna figure out you did all this dangerous, like extreme sports stuff.
And when I was 12, they just left me in the middle of a desert.
Oh, when I was a
Okay.
baby, I escaped. Just saying.
Where?
When I was about 2, I escaped.
You left. You were
For
like,
how long?
see ya.
Well, not that long.
Long enough for you to have been swapped?
Yeah.
Oh.
I went. So it's sort of doxing me a little bit by
Careful.
saying
Oh,
what
don't
I
go
did.
into it then.
Don't
but-
say specifically.
I went somewhere. Anyway, I escaped
Yeah.
the house. I went somewhere. They knew who I was, so they brought me back. But like, it's
Aw.
quite far away for a
This is
2-year-old.
because you
You don't know
escaped
too-
like a tortoise escaped and you had just ended up in next door's garden.
Yeah.
So they
No,
know
it's
you.
further than that.
Further, quite a bit down the
But, yeah.
road,
It was
Interesting.
yeah.
a few roads
Yeah.
away. That's crazy.
Anyway, I went quad biking.
Wow.
Nice. And sorry, how
wait,
old were you
in
when you went quad
primary
biking?
school? That's quite young for quad
primary school,
biking.
so probably like 8, maybe.
Yeah, that's okay, I think. I did quad biking at primary school. We went to a place called Kingswood in Norfolk, I think. And they had
Wow.
lots of activities.
For some
Some of
reason,
that,
I
like,
thought
there was
quad
quad
biking
biking,
was
there
quite
was-
dangerous, so I wouldn't
Oh, it
presume.
definitely is. Wouldn't do it
Yeah,
now.
it is.
Really? Yikes.
Die.
Oh
The
god.
thing is, the only reason I remember it. So we had this guy in our class that, obviously, my friend that I invited, and he was quite big, right?
Mhm.
And we were on these little quad bikes, like kid quad
Yeah.
bikes.
Kid bikes, yeah. Kid quad.
Yeah. I don't think his could go that fast,
Mhm.
right?
'Cause of
And
his
everyone
size.
else was going too fast. Yeah, because of. Yeah, 'cause he
Oh
was big.
right. Okay.
He had size 13 feet in primary school. or
That's
something.
wild. That's
They've been held
a
back a few
massive
years.
foot for a
It was,
primary school
like,
kid.
That's a huge foot.
Bigfoot.
That's a big foot for an adult.
Yeah, no, I was going to say there's not many like size 13 adults. Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
like a size 10, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Matty, you're not a size 13.
No,
like,
I'm a size 10 as well.
That's mad. Wow, what a legend.
But anyway, we were all going too fast or something, so he had to go in front.
Just slow you all down.
Yeah, slow everyone down.
I mean, that's effective, I guess.
It's actually super annoying.
Gandalf at the front. Yeah, that's kind of annoying, isn't it? Birthday boy should be at the front. Not this guy. What the heck?
But I think we would go too fast for him.
Oh, so he wasn't having fun. Fair.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I'd love to go quad biking.
That was my memory.
Was it fun? Did you have a good time?
Quad biking's always been fun. The only thing is, your thumb hurts after a little while.
Oh,
you don't accelerate by like twisting the throttles, you accelerate by pushing them.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Button.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you guys get party bags? Because that was my favorite part of birthdays. Party bags were lit. So fun.
That's the only reason you go to a party.
Yeah, for the party bag.
Party
Because you
bag.
get like a little notebook and a pen and one of those really rubbish rings and sweets.
Yeah.
And cake that's always bad. Actually.
Yeah, why? They'd always put cake in the tissue in the bag.
I didn't mind
Really
the cake.
weird. No, I didn't like it because it was normally like some rubbish vanilla cake with like a bit of jam.
Some unoffensive sponge cake.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to eat the cake, though. That's the thing.
What do you mean?
You're supposed to just eat the icing. That's how it works.
Nah, I'm
Icing
actually
can
not
never
big on
really be
icing.
bad.
No, but icing's just so sweet. It's so like flat and basic, you know? I know. You little heathen.
Yeah, we went to like place called Soccer Sensations.
Oh.
Like, football parties. And goals.
Goals, classic. Yeah, I think a lot of the boys at my school had goals parties, but I was never invited because boys just invited boys and girls just invited girls.
Yeah.
Where would you like to go for a birthday now?
Escape room.
Charlotte, you have to say wherever it is you went most recently.
Well, me and Matty went ice skating and it was so fun.
Cool.
Matty completely surprised me as well. I guess lots of different things. I was like, are we going mini golfing? Are we going to an arcade? And then when we got there, I was like, we're going ice skating.
The funny thing about that is I was like, right, so you need these woolly socks.
Oh yeah, I was so confused. Matty was like, bring extra socks.
Where could we be going?
No, but my brain was like, okay, he wants me to pack an extra bit of socks. So we're either going somewhere where it's going to be dirty or I'm going to get my feet wet. That was just all I could think about. Because I'm not big on ice skating, so I didn't know that people would wear double socks.
What were the other things? We had to go buy some joggers for me.
Yeah, Matty was like, don't wear ripped jeans because your knees.
No.
I was like, what does that mean? Because ice skating was not on my radar. But it was so fun. And I want to do it more so we can actually skate. We need to go skating with you, Mark. You said you're a skater. You know the ways of the ring.
Yeah. I used to play street hockey as a kid, so I rollerbladed a lot.
Oh, that's so cool. I'd love to know how to rollerblade.
Pretty much like every day in the summers when I was like between 12 and 16.
Amazing. It's crazy, actually. When you learn for a kid, like there were some kids that would just sprint onto the ice and they were like, no, like they were just, it's incredible.
Yeah, no fear.
Yeah, that's exactly what Matty was saying. It's like, they're not scared. They're just sending it.
Fall over. It doesn't matter. Like,
the thing that scares me about ice skating, though.
Oh, God, yeah. There was a guy who fell over on his back.
He landed on his back. I'm sure he hit his head off the ice.
Yeah, he held his back, though. He didn't go to touch his head, so I feel like he mustn't have hit his head hard, but he fell.
After that, he looked dazed. So maybe he did hit his head, he just didn't.
Oh, God. Mild concussion on the ice. And then I only slightly
always
fell.
Fall forwards,
yeah, I fell on my front and then almost crawled to the side, but realised that was going to be embarrassing. So I managed to get up, which was good. And then Matty did a proper fall.
Though, I mean, the problem I have with ice skating, the bit that I struggle with is it is just so much slippier than skating on the road.
Yeah,
so
fair.
Whenever you try and do something with your feet and you don't quite get the right angle or the traction isn't good, or your skates are just not sharp because they're the rented ones, right? Because you don't have ice skates. Yeah. Like you just slide a lot more than you want to.
Yeah, there's more room for error.
There's more error. Yeah, exactly. And getting up after you've fallen over can be really hard because of that.
It was so fun though. I would love to be able to actually properly ice skate because just seeing so many people like effortlessly like just gliding around, it's such a beautiful like sport. I guess
super elegant. Yeah.
Really cool.
It feels really nice when you get in the groove and the flow. Like
Definitely.
You just kind of zone out and you're just like, there's a rhythm to it, and it's a bit of a, even if you're just not doing anything fancy, just skating, it's just like, it's kind of.
Should we go ice skating? You know, we were saying we're going to do like a weekend somewhere. Should we go ice skating somewhere? That'd be really fun. Me and Matty are going to be like hugging the side, and Mark's going to be like doing Swan Lake moves. Yeah, you're going to have to teach us.
No, I'm not quite that. I'm not that kind of skater.
Okay. Teach us, though. You're going to have to coach us.
How much I'd forgotten.
Fair. Because you said you used to reasonably skate.
I did quite a lot of... Well, not quite a lot. At one point in time, I did loads of skating. Because I was watching ice hockey, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, when I got the ice this time, I was like...
At first, you were like in the same boat as me, but then you definitely picked up really quick. And your confidence, and you went very fast. It was scary.
That's my problem, though. I can go really fast, and then I just like
don't know how to
absolutely deck it. Also,
so the way I fell over, I did this spin. Like I did, I was going really fast, and then just I guess I got stuck on one skate because my brain's like, oh. And I turned left into the middle of the rink, and I was like, oh. slap my hands on the floor.
That was so funny. There was a lot of people doing ice hockey stops, which were kind of cool.
Yeah, they don't let you doing that, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Well,
this guy was doing
chasing
it.
A child.
Yeah, chasing a child with it. And then the last stop they did, the kid fell off the rink. They just fell out of the door area, and it was really sad. But I think they knew each other, so I think it was fine. And the kid was fine, so that's good. But yeah, it was really
all
cool.
the people doing stuff like that, they almost always have their own skates.
Yeah, there was actually a lot of people. Like I would say, majority of people had their own skates rather than rented. I don't know if it was because of the rink we went to, and whether people go professionally there or.
If you go more than like 4 times a year, it's actually worth it getting your own skates.
Fair.
Because the rental cost is not cheap, and you enjoy skating more. It's not bad. Yeah. But yeah, once you've gone like 4 times, you can pretty much afford to pay for your own skates.
Fair.
So if it's a thing you definitely want to take up, that's strong.
Are we going to be skaters? Should we make a Frantic Gaming ice skating team?
Why not? Let's just add something else.
Yeah, and we'll do like we'll like do those cool things where we launch each other, and then we do we do choreography.
I'd prefer to be like a bobsledding
trio.
Oh, should we do bobsledding? I really want to try skiing as well. Have you guys skied? I think Matty, you've skied.
I've never skied.
Oh, wait, have you? No, you have. Oh, we should all do that. Try it new. I think Spanner would be the best, because if you're saying you're good at rollerblading and skating, you've got the balance that might help you with skiing.
I watched a man ski up a hill.
Up?
Not that long ago.
Up.
Ow. So he had these things he clipped onto the bottom of his shoes.
Oh, spikes.
And they were like
skis.
Long. No. They were like long planks of wood, but they had
skis.
No. They had wheels on both the front and the back.
What?
Skis for dry slopes.
No.
No.
You just use normal skis for that.
Yeah, you just use normal skis for that.
What in the world?
No, he had wheels on these planks of wood, and he had the normal sticks. Yeah, normal poles. And he was pushing himself up a hill. Yeah, it was...
That is impressive.
When you said a hill, I imagined a snowy hill.
Me too.
No, it was a road. It was just a road.
Yeah.
There was a guy walking up the road. Is Matty's observation.
How big were the wheels? Were they quite large?
No.
Oh, interesting. Because
Very
I've seen,
strange.
I don't know what they call them, but they're like all-terrain skis that are designed for skiing down dry land, like hills that have grass and stuff on them. But I haven't seen those for years.
Sorry, I'm drinking out of my new water bottle.
Yeah, that's a loud bottle you've got there.
Sorry, it's quite aggressive.
Quite aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
I got a new bottle.
If you were to... Nice.
Just thought I'd tell you.
They're called road skis, I think.
Road skis, that makes sense.
I didn't know that was even a thing.
Roller skiing.
No,
Roller skiing.
Is this a...
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at them. Look at them go!
Yeah. We should also learn how to roller skate, and then we can go to a roller skate disco.
They're always the ones with
roller disco.
That's
4 things, though.
friggin' lit. What?
They don't have to be. I mean, they typically are when you see like. So there's roller blades where they're like skates where all of the wheels are in line, right? Inline skates, whatever you want to call them. And then there are classical roller skates which are like 2x2.
Yeah.
So you kind of have a shoe that has wheels at the front and wheels at the back.
I feel like I would die having those on.
I know. Are roller skates quite easy to use? Because I guess they have the stopper on the front. So, like, if you feel like you're going to fall, you just put your toe down, right? No?
Ish, but if you're going too fast, you put your toe down. Where are you going?
Oh, God.
You're going onto the ground. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I hated classical roller skates, but rollerblades are way better for me.
Rollerblades just look scarier because you're just on this thin, like, line of wheels. Like, that definitely looks scarier.
So you just have to make sure they're a good fit and tight on your ankle, and then you're fine.
I think I lack
then you
balance.
Stop backwards, don't you? The brakes are on the back of those. You lift your foot up.
I mean, they are, but you would almost never use them in reality. In fact, lots of skates don't even have brakes on them at all.
What the?
You just crash into walls.
I think I'd feel more comfortable roller skating.
Leg behind you. Well, you say that, but when you fall over on tarmac, it hurts a lot more than falling over on ice.
Oh, yeah, no fair.
Because not only is it just as hard, you can't slide.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag.
I wish they made us wear helmets at ice rinks.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, so that you didn't worry about falling over backwards and hitting your head.
Yeah, because like
I guess you could bring your own.
that man like could have died if he did it. It said he was tall, plus the skates.
They always wear a hood.
I don't think that's going to help.
No? Yeah.
You fall from what, like 6 foot?
No, I'm talking about a fluffy hood.
Fluffy hood.
Yeah.
I'm sure I saw a thing that was like some invention where it was kind of like a neck brace, so it looked like kind of a low profile neck brace.
Right. Low profile neck brace.
Yeah. So it's just like a weird like horseshoe thing that hangs around your neck, right?
Like a flight pillow.
Yeah, like a flight pillow, but not as fluffy.
Okay.
And it had some sensors in it that could tell when you were falling off your motorbike.
Oh, wow.
And it just like
airbags.
Like rapidly inflated an airbag around your entire head.
That's incredible.
Like, that's amazing.
Can you imagine it randomly went off whilst you're on your motorbike though? Just sudden hood. The risk.
There's motorbike suits that are airbags.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
They do puff up. But then you have to get them redone, which costs
loads. Loads, I bet. Yeah. I mean, it's worth your life though, am I right?
But sometimes people, you know, and because bikes are so heavy, sometimes someone will like fall over and then do this step. It'll pop.
And
oh no, that sucks.
I guess you have to arm it before you get on or something. So it's kind of ready to go.
I don't know how it works.
I'd be more scared of the suit.
I don't know anybody that rides a motorbike. Oh, I might know one person out of probably 20 people who I know who have ridden bikes. And I think only one of them has escaped injury so far. Every other motorbike rider I know has injured themselves in a significant enough way that they've had to go to hospital.
It's not worth it. Matty said he'd like to ride a motorbike, and I just don't think it's worth it. It's so dangerous, and like
my dad got knocked off a bike.
That's so scary. It's just like the fact that it's a dangerous vehicle, and also you can't trust other people on the road to not kill you. Also, you know, I don't have faith in Londoners enough to ride a motorbike. So I think I would go
or even a cycle.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't cycle either. It's a what?
Like, I don't know. I just really like the idea of getting on a motorbike, going out into the countryside, and just flying, I guess.
I mean, the few people that I know that used to ride motorbikes also loved it. Well, in fact, everybody loves it. But they stopped because they knew that they were going to kill themselves if they kept going.
Yeah, it's too dangerous. It is way too dangerous.
And it's like you either live long enough to learn that lesson, or you
don't. Yeah, exactly. It's so true.
But yeah, it is supposed to be a fun experience. But I'm sure you can get those thrills doing other things. Go flying.
Definitely. Roller coasters. I'm such an adrenaline junkie for roller coasters. But Matty, your fear of heights might get in the way there. Man-made heights. Sorry, my bad.
It's not even man-made heights, so I'm scared of heights. But also, roller coasters. I hate the idea of roller coasters.
No, it does make a difference for Matty. Matty, you describe your fear of heights predominantly being you don't trust being in like a man-made thing, like a skyscraper, because it was made by men. you know?
This is when you took him up to the top of the shard or something.
No, Matty was like, oh my god, the Sky Garden. I was like, you would hate the Sky Garden. We are not going to the Sky Garden. It's literally your worst nightmare. It's beautiful, though. I have been. It's amazing. Go on, try.
Well, like, it's just like not liking heights. But then at the same time, if I'm in an elevator and I'm in a massive building, I'm like, well, there's nothing below me.
So your brain can't stop but think of like...
And elevators don't have brakes. Not like...
Yeah, you would die if an elevator fell, basically. But like...
I don't like that.
But what is the statistic? Sorry, you don't look it up.
Did you just say they don't have brakes? They do have brakes.
Not in the way that you... Not...
Lifts are incredibly safe. They have brakes on the cable. The cable could break, and they've got brakes on themselves.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Do you feel safer now?
All of these films where you see lifts like falling and plummeting to their deaths,
I was going to say,
ridiculous.
I don't think IRL that it happens that often either. I really don't. You don't hear about...
Oh, it's only ever happened. I think.
I feel like it hasn't happened.
Like 5 people or something have died in lifts, and 4 of them have been of heart attacks or something.
Yeah, exactly. I honestly think it's not like of all ways to die. Like an elevator isn't.
I made that statistic up, by the way.
Yes.
I don't think it is high. Not at all.
It's incredibly safe. So you thought they were just hanging off a rope, and if the rope broke, that was it.
I didn't think the brakes. No, I watched something about the brakes. I can't remember what it was though.
You need to stop watching these things that are entertaining your fears.
There's a documentary about lift.
Why would you ever, as someone with a fear of heights, why would you ever watch a documentary about lifts? That is so silly.
Confirm his fear or get over it.
No, I think it was...
It's like someone who's an arachnophobic watching a documentary on spiders. Like, what are you doing? Exposure therapy? Yeah, I guess it could help.
They were trying to figure out how lifts could go like sideways. So.
Oh... Interesting. No, that is quite interesting.
To move across walls to go up.
Oh, kind of like Charlie in the Great Glass Elevator.
No idea.
You don't know what that is?
That might require a lift that has not brakes. Or I guess it might have its own propulsion. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know.
Tricky.
It was a long time ago.
Classical lifts, they all have brakes. Don't worry about it, guys.
Yeah, you're safe to get in there.
There was a film. So my dad used to... Yeah. But my dad's a proper nerd. He reads about all sorts of like really, or used to read all the time about really sorts very specific things like how you make roads or how you make whatever and lifts,
Yeah.
And his bugbear when I was a kid was seeing films that had lifts that just fell. It was a trope for a while, like where lifts did just fall and people died. And it was like, no, it's ridiculous. It never happens. And then this film Speed, which you may have seen, it's the Keanu Reeves.
I've heard of it, never watched
Sandra
it.
Bullock. No, okay. Well, the premise is essentially that a bus has to travel at 50 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, no, I've
50
seen
miles
that.
an hour it explodes. But there's a bit in it where this bomber, he's bombed a lift. And he breaks the cable on the lift, and then the lift stops itself. And my dad was like, yeah! Finally, Bomber's doing it right.
Accurate!
Turns out the bomber knew this too and put bombs on the brakes.
No! Why was the bomber so smart? The bomber was your dad and had read up beforehand.
Maybe.
Well, props to them for doing their research, I guess.
For sure.
Okay. Well, now I feel better about lifts.
And he's wise, it was in a film.
I think just a lot of things I mindlessly go into. Like I wouldn't think about getting in an elevator of all this could fall. I just trust.
Yeah. You have to.
Stuff, yeah.
I don't trust people. This is all
Fair enough, but then you end up down the path of having to do your own.
Yeah, and then you just won't leave the house. Also,
just won't do it.
What do you prefer, elevators or escalators?
I don't like escalators. So
yeah, you get tripped out.
I feel like I'll fall. I hate it, especially the ones that in shopping centers go across the opening. That's
Every time we go on one, and Matty's like, "Oh, this is freaking me out." So I'll go.
Turn around, you touch my hand, and I'm like,
"Yeah," because I go to hold his hand because he's like, "I don't feel good about this," and he's like, "Get off me, get off me, get off me." Yeah, literally, he goes into this form of panic, like, "Don't fucking touch me."
Tell you what, the feeling I get is, when you stand at the top of a cliff, maybe, and you want to jump.
Yeah, it's like the weird intrusive thought of being like, I'm going to fall, I'm going to jump, my glass is going to fall off, or something like that, yeah.
Or you think you're going to fall forwards just because you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
you
gets me
get
having
that.
a rational fear of inanimate objects doing that.
What?
If I put anything down close to an edge
Mhm.
of anything, doesn't matter how stable everything is.
Yeah, okay.
Just like, don't put it there. Like, what's it going to do? It's not going to jump off.
To be fair, you have a cat, so...
Sure, yeah.
But is Archie a cat that knocks things off anyway? I don't
really
think so.
And don't get me wrong, like I accept the argument if you're going to be flailing your arms around and you might knock it over.
Yeah, and it's like a glass of water or something.
It could literally be like a shelf in the top of the room where nobody could ever touch it, and it's just something on the corner, and you say, "Oh, don't put it there."
Now we know this. I think we should put things on the edge of things when we get to yours, just to see how far we can push Katie.
That'll be fun.
See if she notices. We might drive her
we
insane
have
though.
over here. Like there might be some people out there who are like, "Well, of course, earthquakes," but we don't have.
Yeah, we don't have earthquakes, so
not big enough ones.
I don't think I put things on surfaces and even consider that. Like, I guess it's just interesting to know what is on people's minds in certain situations. Like, Matty's mind always thinking, like, this is dangerous, I could die for anything. Yeah, Matty's brain is just constantly like, I'm gonna fucking die. And Casey's brain is constantly like, an accident's gonna happen, something's gonna fall. But I don't know if my brain does anything like that.
Yeah.
On the escalator thing,
yeah.
Going down, I'm completely fine. And actually, if I'm walking up them, I'm fine too. Because I did that on the way home. I was running up the escalators past everyone. I was like, slow lane. And I was running up the escalators.
It's just going down.
On the tube.
Yeah, on the tube.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you're scared of escalators, London is the worst place because in almost all tube stations, it's just escalators everywhere.
Oh yeah, but no, St. Petersburg is the place. I mean,
oh really?
The escalators in St. Petersburg, because the underground is so deep. The
is it really steep?
Incredibly steep and incredibly fast.
Really?
When I went on those as a kid, I was like, "This is a murder machine. How is anybody surviving this journey?"
That's crazy. I didn't think they would ever increase the speed of one. That's wild.
Yeah,
that's really scary.
That's the takeaway from
nice conclusion. I like it.
You know, the other thing is, just to add to this, because you said about how steep things were and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called? The garden? No.
Sky Garden?
No. Where we went.
Kew
Gardens.
Get food the first time.
Covent Garden.
Covent. Right. Have you been up the spiral staircase there?
No.
Oh, you're talking about the tube station. Yeah. Covent Garden's tube station has the longest spiral staircase.
Awful.
It's like thousands and thousands.
My legs were dying.
Yeah, it was so stupid. I don't know why we did it. I didn't realize this was the staircase, but it tells you as you're going up, how much further you have to go and stuff.
You are 2% of the way there.
Yeah, it's awful. It's I just didn't realize until we started doing it. I was like, no, wait, this is the staircase. I've done it twice and it was awful both times.
Wow. So that's like climbing the tower of a cathedral, but underground.
Yeah, wild.
But what's interesting to me, Maddie, is did at any point while you were under hundreds and hundreds of feet of soil?
No, that doesn't occur.
That didn't. No,
it doesn't bother me.
That's all fine.
That's
engineering from before the world wars.
Bombs have been dropped on this, and it's still
bombs have been
dropped. Is that your condition of has a bomb dropped on this and it survived? Yes, I trust.
Well, what's the safest place to go?
Underground bomb shelter. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, maybe, but I did have a moment in Tube the other day where I was just thinking about it, if some of this collapsed, what?
Yeah, it would be very bad.
But you've also got the thing of, usually there's a train just gone through. So, you've got a good chance of already knowing that things have collapsed further. I feel like the station's quite strong.
Okay.
That's the weakest part. It's the largest expanse of space.
Matty just feels safe in that area. Don't give him more things to be scared of.
No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Sorry, I just found it interesting that your brain might leap to I'm gonna die.
Matty's never coming back to London on public transport
I
again.
have thought about the tube falling off the tracks with how squeaky they are.
But there's not much to come off onto because the actual tunnel for the tubes are quite tight-fitting, to be honest.
They'll just smack against the wall and then fall back onto the track.
That's exactly what would happen because it's not.
Pro tip: if you're on the tube, always put in earbuds, even if you're not listening to anything.
Oh yeah, because the sound is awful.
It's so loud.
So loud. It's crazy. It is really crazy. Oh, tubes are not fun. Not at all.
How fast
anyway,
do they go?
Sorry, I think you were saying, Charlotte, that you wanted to go to an escape room for a birthday.
Yeah, that was my conclusion. I think in conclusion of this podcast, we need to go ice skating together. We need to try rollerblading, skiing, and an escape room. And also, elevators are safe.
Sure about skiing. Maybe skiing in like a sky dome or whatever they call them.
Okay, and quad biking maybe.
An artificial swim. Maybe.
Go-karting?
Oh, we should go shooting. That'd be fun.
Like paintball?
Like archery or...
can we try axe throwing? Pigeon.
Yeah, we can do that. There's a place in York that does all of those.
Frantic Gaming does extreme sports.
Scared of axe
that is not an extreme sport.
What, throwing an axe? That sounds pretty extreme to me.
Yeah,
sorry, I was thinking about something else. My bad. Oh god. Well, I guess that's it for today's podcast. It's been an hour. We talked birthdays, our biggest fears, and elevators. No, that is a biggest fear.
And
Thunderbirds. True. It was a journey.
Yeah.
Bye. I'm glad I went on it.
Yeah, I'm glad I did. Matty, that is not how we end the podcast. You can't just...
abrupt.
Yeah, no, honestly, is this how... It's not even how you end your videos, though.
No, it is. Generally, I just get to a point and I'm just like, thanks for watching, see ya.
Bye. But,
yeah, and then
oh, yeah, classic. Every time. But we hope you enjoyed listening to the podcast. You can give it a like, share it, and we will catch you next time on Thursday, most likely at 7 p.m. this time. But that will be
in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, yeah. Not next Thursday after, but we hope everyone's having a great week and you guys are all doing well. And we'll see you very soon.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.